worries. The decision of the federal government to continue borrowing, is of great concern to a lot of analysts in the country. Nigeria's total public debt, according to the country's debt management office, rose to 87.38 trillion, and that is as at the end of the second quarter of this year. This represents an increase of 75.29%, or 37.353 trillion naira when you compare it to what was recorded at the end of the first quarter. That's March 2023, which was at 49.85 trillion. From 49.85, it rose to 87.38. That is more than double, if you ask me, or thereabout. Okay. Now, data also coming from the debt management office further shows that Nigeria's total domestic debt is 54.13 trillion, while our total external debt is 33.25 trillion. I know these are a lot of figures, so a lot of people, they don't understand what that means. But what it means is we are above neck deep in debt. Okay, so, and but then the government is still borrowing. All right. For instance, the federal government has approached the World Bank for a fresh loan of $400 million, and that's for the conditional cash transfer to 15 million households as part of their measures to cushion the effects of fuel subsidy removal. And also the federal government is in talks with the World Bank again for another $1.5 billion to support the budget. Okay, so it's a whole lot of debt. It just keeps piling up, keeps accruing, and all of that. Yeah. How are we going to get out of this? Yeah.
Tell Nigerians the way it is. Speak English, you Nigerians can understand.
No.
Tell Nigerians, say, government don't borrow, so they don't want to get every Nigerian.
No, I want to.
We are now on sale, every Nigerian, because now your mama, papa, everybody pay.
A disclaimer, that's your entire opinion. Your opinion entirely. Go ahead.
Said earlier. You see, when you say this to an average Nigerian, it doesn't understand.
Exactly, the figures are.
All he wants is food on the table.
Over his head.
See, I asked myself a question. I put this on the table some time ago on one of my platform, and I did say, for now that Mr. Tinubu has met all this and he continue with it, this borrowing thing, what's the essence of removing what do you call it again? Fuel subsidy. Because the last time they told us billions of money was saved in just a month. So how many months now? May, June, July, and don't go to school. Please help me.
From going to 6 months.
So I need to ask myself. Now again, there's another issue again that NNPC is dodging, because they said subsidy is still being paid, but not as much as it is. Why are we like this in this country?
But can I ask a question? I'm not standing forth for the government, but I'm asking, what other option do we have if we don't borrow? The country is supposedly broke.
Okay, this money that
if we don't borrow, how do we run the country?
Subsidy. What stopped us from putting it in the country? Agriculture. Therefore, you say, I don't care about bridge again. Maybe they don't build bridge. Maybe they don't do anything. Let's food. Insecurity.
I'm laughing in Spanish.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Because suddenly we have found ourselves in a country where the citizens are being treated as if they are refugees. You're taking a loan. I'm trying to understand the logic behind it. I come to Dr. Monica and I collect like 100,000 naira. And I use 100,000 naira and I dash it to people. How do I want to pay the money back? The money is not being used for production.
So that's it.
It's not applied in the right direction.
So use for production. Employ people.
So how do I pay the money back? That's why I keep saying that our leaders need to begin to think as if there is no boss. You don't take money and you're doing cash transfer to Nigerians. You are making people lazy. That's the first thing. Secondly, you're asking Nigerians, tighten your belt. Be patient with us. We're getting there. Meanwhile, your legislators are budgeting 130 million each for vehicle. Meanwhile, you are sharing a bag of rice for 12, 13 Nigerians.
I think we are the problem of ourselves.
Our leadership is the problem.
It's already.
Our leaders are not patriotic. Gone are the days when we have patriotic leaders like the late Samu Pakwe, the late Shagari. These are like the late Zik, the late Awolowo. These are people who had the blood of a one united nation in them, rolling in them. Our leaders today are not patriotic. Our leaders today are greedy, selfish, self-centered. It's all about them saving so much money, amassing so much wealth for themselves and their children and generations yet unborn. And I'm really pained. And I'll say this. I'm pained with Mr. Bola Tinubu. And I'll tell you why I'm pained. If you follow his political journey, these notable Nigerians, these notable patriotic Nigerians, he met with them. He ate with them. At a point in time, the likes of late Ajasi, late Awo, he worked with them one-on-one.
As a young person.
As a young person. So what has gone wrong? Why is it that suddenly he's not thinking the same way these people were thinking? I go to Imo State and I shed tears.
And tears were not
because
bad.
look at Imo State today, you have a governor who doesn't even care what's happening to the people.
We want to send to Canada now.
He wants to send 4,000 youths
To Canada.
Mirage to Canada, and the youths are jumping all over the place. Is it not? Is it not shameful?
If that money you want to use it buy air ticket for those boys.
Who is it saying?
Nobody now.
When they talk about rabbits rearing in Imo State, how many people have been able to come out of that business
Okay.
successfully?
Yeah, I see. Let's
So
look,
look,
ourselves.
you know, it's a whole lot and a whole lot and a whole lot, but unfortunately, our leaders, it boils down to them. Our leaders have lost the spirit of patriotism.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
While all of this discussion is going on, all right, it looks like some of our leaders, you know, are not so bothered, or they are looking towards another direction in terms of nation building. First of all, it was in the news recently that the Kano state government sponsored wedding for 1,800 indigents of that state. Mass wedding, 1,800. It's not just about sponsoring the wedding, they also bought household items for the same number of people that got married. We're talking about bed, standing fan, àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Okay, let me leave it at that. And of course, that particular piece of news is receiving a lot of knocks on social media. Now, as if that was not enough,